Hello and welcome to this week's LOLC Securities Weekly Market Roundup. I am Megara Vijayamana.
And I am Tharandu Amarasekara. This is the sound of profitability.
The Colombo stock market has seen a staggering 612 billion rupees value increase after the election of President Anura Kumara Dissanayake in apparent vote of investor confidence in prospects of listed equities. Market capitalization now stands at 4.67 trillion rupees as against 4 trillion rupees before the 21st September presidential poll, and October notches second consecutive month of gain for indices. Further to note, the post-election all-share price index was up by 16.7% and the S&P SL20 was up by 25%, propelling the year-to-date returns of 19.86% and 25.94% respectively.
According to remarks made by President AKD in a recent meeting held with the senior officials of the Export Development Board and exporters, the government is significantly looking at areas such as reducing energy prices, improving foreign investments, and restructuring the diplomatic service in order to improve market access.
President Dissanayake stated that the government's aim is to create economic independence in the country, and for this the full support of the exporters is essential. He highlighted the importance of establishing a single service window by integrating various government agencies and the Sri Lanka Customs to facilitate the export trade. He also emphasized the role of digitalization in increasing the efficiency of government agencies involved in exports.
Sri Lanka's treasury bill yields were up across short-term maturities at last Wednesday's auction. The 3-month yield was up by 3 basis points at 9.35%, with 55 billion offered and 89 billion rupees bills sold, whereas the 6-month yield was up by 3 basis points at 9.68%, with 55 billion offered and 53.2 billion rupees of bills sold. Lastly, the 12-month bills held steady at 9.95%, with 35 billion offered and 2.7 billion rupees of bills sold. According to Minister Vijitha Herath, Sri Lanka and Indonesia will put in a joint application to better benefit for the apparel exports of the countries, where they could benefit out of UK's tariff scheme for developing countries. After the UK left the European Union, the UK Global Tariff and UK Generalised Scheme of Preferences replaced the GSP. In order for apparel products in Sri Lanka to get the benefits of the relevant selective system, the finished garment should be produced using locally knitted or woven fabrics as raw materials. Sri Lanka's garment manufacturers have not been able to optimally tap into the benefits of the UK's trade scheme due to insufficient production of locally knitted or woven fabrics.
And this is the corporate highlight of the week.
Windforce plc has entered into an agreement for the engineering, design, procurement and commissioning of a 366 kilowatt peak solar rooftop project at Cocoon Islands, Maldives. The client for this project is Cocoon Investment Limited, and the initiative aims to harness sustainable solar energy to substantially reduce the resort's carbon footprint. The duration of the project is 6 months, and the energy performance certificate costs $296,372. Here is the ESG update of the week.
India's government and power industry are exploring possibilities of phasing down the emissions of potent greenhouse gases, although the high cost of substitutes and alternatives are standing in the way of regulation.
Sulfur hexafluoride gas, or SF6, which is used as an insulator in power transmission equipment, has a warming potential that's 23,500 times that of carbon dioxide. It's found in circuit breakers and switchgears, the demand for which is surging due to the government's push for more electrification. The stable nature that makes SF6 an excellent insulator also aggravates its impact on the climate. The gas can linger in the atmosphere for more than 1,000 years and has high heat trapping properties.
Now, time for the international highlight.
Chip maker Advanced Micro Devices, better known as AMD, saw its share price dropping by 8% after the Q3 financial reports were released and the revenue outlook failed to satisfy the investor expectations amidst an AI boom.
Although its stock has risen by 155.8% since the end of the fiscal year 2022 due to the surging demand for AI chips, AMD has set a sales target of $5 billion for its AI chips by the fiscal year ending 2025. This target does not seem to reflect an ability to increase production at a rate that matches the rapidly growing demand.
And that's it for this week's LOLC Securities Weekly Market Roundup. No matter what investment decision you make it with the right intent. We will see you next week.